Good day everyone, here's our latest video update on Sonamu on this Saturday afternoon. Sonamu is now a severe tropical storm upgraded by the Japan Meteorological Agency earlier today. System continues to move across the South China Sea or the West Philippine Sea, staying well south of the Vietnamese coast, last looked at approximately 580 kilometers southeast of the city of Ho Chi Minh. Maximum sustained winds are now at 95 kilometers per hour with gusts of up to 130 kilometers per hour. System has also begun to turn slightly more to the west-southwest. The forward speed is staying at 20 kilometers per hour as of the latest analysis. Now looking at the latest satellite image, you can see the system here. Again, remaining the center of circulation remaining well south of this Vietnamese coast, but you probably noticed that cloudiness associated with the storm affecting the southern half of the country here. We are seeing some pretty strong convective activity. However, the problem is the low-level circulation center is still partially displaced. The storm is suffering from that moderate vertical wind shear that we've been talking about for days, not really allowing the system to intensify at a significant pace. Nevertheless, satellite and wind data that we have do suggest that the system has intensified, and again leading JMA to upgrade this to a severe tropical storm. And you might probably much better understanding of that wind shear looking at the latest microwave image, which peers into the clouds here, looking some sort of like an X-ray of the storm's structure. And you can see here the dark blue circle that you can see here is the low level circulation associated with the system. You see that lone trail of convection extending from the center northwestward, and that is indicative of the strong wind shear that this system is suffering and encountering as we speak. And looking at the infrared image, again the system exhibiting pretty strong convective activity, pretty cold cloud tops right over the center. The problem is doesn't look really symmetrical at all, impacting parts of the Vietnamese coast, light to moderate rains, but nothing really severe just yet. And we're not really expecting any stormy conditions to be felt, and not really expecting any major impacts, so to speak. Probably only nuisance rains and perhaps the high waves that will impact the coast, not only across Vietnam but eventually into the Malay Peninsula as we head into the early part of next week. Overall though, heavy rains and the strongest wind should stay well away, far offshore from Vietnam. And speaking of the forecast here, looking at the latest from the Joint Typhoon Warning Center, again expecting the system to maintain its distance, continuing to move west-southwestward, perhaps intensify a little bit more tonight and into tomorrow, and then beginning to weaken as we head into Monday and Tuesday. Increasing vertical wind shear as well, and also drier air expected to lead that system into a downward trend as we perhaps move into the Malay Peninsula, perhaps making landfall here in the Thailand Malaysia border by Tuesday and Wednesday as a weakening tropical storm, perhaps a tropical depression. Just depends on how quick it actually weakens by that time. Japan Meteorological Agency also showing a pretty similar forecast here, although actually expecting Sonamu to weaken at a much faster rate compared to Joint Typhoon Warning Center, expecting this to become a tropical depression as early as Tuesday afternoon, well away from Malaysia and also well away from Vietnam, but will probably bring light to moderate rains as you head into, say, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, but nothing really heavy and nothing really significant. Looking at the 3-day forecast here from the computer model, the rainfall accumulations, you can see that purple shading indicating very heavy rainfall, but again most of that is far offshore in the middle of the South China Sea and not really impacting Vietnam. Perhaps light rain showers across the Indochina and also into the Malay Peninsula, but again expect those heavy rains to stay away from those countries. Now looking to the east across the tropics, you can still see that vigorous moisture and very heavy rainfall associated with the intertropical convergence zone running just east of Mindanao across Palau and into the rest of the Micronesian region here. We're also watching two tropical disturbances that may potentially be a threat to the Philippines as we head into next week. And looking at the latest infrared animation from the Naval Research Lab, and you can see here that is Tropical Sonamu moving across the South China Sea, and you can definitely trace the intertropical convergence zone here in this satellite image running across Mindanao eastward across the tropics here. And the two tropical disturbances that we are watching is right over here, which is now Invest 94 just southeast of Palau, and the other one is right over here south of Pohnpei. Both of these disturbances have weak low-level circulation center, and again, some of the computer models are showing a potential development from these two systems as we head into the middle part of next week. More immediate concern is obviously Invest 94W already bringing some rains and the strong winds up to 40 to 50 kilometers per hour across Palau today. Not expected to develop significantly though, and if it doesn't develop, it could still bring some rains across Mindanao and eastern Visayas. Now this system over here in Chuk and Pohnpei also has a low-level circulation center. Could potentially develop into a tropical storm as well as we head into, say, Thursday and Friday. Wind shear in this region is light to moderate, and as we all know, sea surface temperatures definitely warm enough for these two disturbances to intensify again. Not set in stone just yet, but the possibility is definitely there and definitely being shown by the computer models for days now, and that we will continue to watch as we head into the next few days. But overall for the Philippines, expect light, clearer weather over the next 2 days, and only thunderstorms associated with the ITZs are the only problem here. Obviously, we will turn our attention as we head into the middle part of next week on these two disturbances and how they will actually affect the country. And that ends our video update for today. Can you check out our site or YouTube page, and also the links we have on our description below for the latest updates, not only on Sonamu but again on these disturbances out here in the tropics. Stay safe, guys.